Hello, today I'm going to show you something I've been working on, which is to make some animals using topiary balls. Something that's quite a basic method, but can be expanded and used in many different ways to create all sorts of different creatures. So I'm going to show you the assembly of a sheep that we've started with. To begin with, you'll just need to create a topiary ball with some 5-inch latex. We've used Sempertex white, inflated to around 4.5 inches. And then you need to form them together to make your topiary ball. And then the next step will be to put in the gap fillers, which in this case again are 5-inch Sempertex white, and in this case inflated to about 3.5 inches. And what you'll need to do is pass them into the gaps where the clusters meet. So you can see a gap here between these three balloons, and you'll just need to pass one side and tuck the other into the direct polar opposite. In this case, there we go, and repeat with the others and fill in all the gaps. Okay, so you'll just need to adjust them to ensure that you leave 4 spaces on the bottom. So these 4 spaces around one of the balloons on the bottom will be where we will be placing our legs. So what I'm going to do is just adjust the balloons to fill in all the gaps that don't need to be filled, that need to be filled, and leave the 4 spares for the legs. One, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Right, so I've left myself with 4 spaces on the bottom here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's where I'm going to put my 4 legs. So that'll be our next step, and we'll go for that now. All I've done is taken a 260, a tulip twist on the top there to create a pad, like a foot, and we'll just tie them in, leaving a nice long tail on the back to tie into the centre of the topiary. One. And there's our second one. Our third. And our fourth. Just want to adjust everything to make sure he's going to stand nicely. And then he should stand up. Okay. So that's the main body and the legs. And then we'll move on to his face. In the case of his face, I've taken a 5-inch Sempertex black, inflated to around 4 inches, and then given it a good squeeze. So by squeezing it, we give that pointed shape to his head. And you can use any form of gluing as you wish to put this into place. I'm just going to use some latex cement, some rubber cement, and again just sort of take a look and see where he's going to fit best. It's probably, if I pull that one that way, it's probably going to fit best around here, I think. Yeah, he's probably going to sit quite nicely in there. Okay, so just apply a small amount of the rubber cement to the back. And stick him in there like that. There we go, and that'll hold nicely. Okay. And then the last couple of elements are a couple of ears, 2 on the top of his head, as well as some eyes. We're using the Sempertex eye print Just means that obviously you don't have to use a Sharpie or anything like that. It gives a bit of a cleaner look and a bit more of a consistent look. So those have been inflated rather small and tied off really tightly. And the same with the ears, just a couple of little bubbles for ears. And in the case of these, I'm just going to glue these as well. But again, you can use any attachment method, whether that's glue dots or anything along those lines. Just cut off those tails. There we go. Just a little bit of cement on the bottom. Towards the top of his head. And the same repeat for the other one. There we go, so a couple of ears. And then we'll do the same for the eyes as well. The eyes are quite fun because obviously they've got that bit of a cartoon look instead of the drawn on version. One eye on there. And same with the other. Try not to make him look too cross-eyed. Tweak that leg in a bit there. And there we go. Very simple little idea, but it's quite fun. And there's so very many different options. Okay, so here's just a few more examples for you. We've done a lion using a foil balloon for a mane, a couple of twisted legs, and then just the main topiary ball there for his body. Same goes for the hedgehog. The hedgehog uses a 6-inch reflex gold linkerloon. Obviously got the spikes on the end there, which is perfect, but many more options, a puffer fish or something like that would work ideally with the linkerloon as well. And in this case, we've tried to make the topiary slightly longer than it is fatter, just to give that sort of ground-hugging shape of a hedgehog. And then we've got the pig. Obviously pink is perfect. He's got some goggly eyes, an apple twist for a nose, and then nice little curly tail on the end there. And you've just seen Barry the sheep as well. So perfect, a couple of few options, something to play around with and have lots of fun.